Welcome back, Portal Masters. This is Rylander with PortalPowerTV coming to you with another episode of Skylanders RE-MAGINATors. Today, as per our thumbnail, we are branching into the franchise known as RWBY, RWBY, from Rooster Teeth. And for those that don't know, they're a super popular channel on YouTube. And they do RWBY now for several years, several seasons. I think we're actually in the 4th season, just began. And so for all of you RWBY fans out there, just wanted to kind of do a little shout out by showing the love and creating a RWBY character. And we're going to be doing RWBY herself in Skylanders RE-MAGINATors. So I went ahead and made RWBY a tech element. And I'll explain that in just a few minutes.
Welcome to the Creation Crystal, Portal Master. Here you can create your very own Imaginator. Best choose a battle class. Each class uses a unique type of weapon.
Alright, and so for RWBY, I chose tech, and that's because her scythe, her main weapon, is a single scythe, but this game doesn't have one of those weapons, so it does have a double scythe though, which is, from, let's see, there's going to be a scythe that we can use, but it's double-ended, and so, what we got, Hoodsickle has his scythe, and we're going to be able to use that to play for RWBY's weapon, but her weapon also typically turns into a gun and stuff like that, so I said that was kind of technical. And we went ahead and went with tech. She's not really magical or anything like that, so. But we'll go with a tech sentinel, and let's go ahead and get that creation crystal made.
Sentinel Imaginators are agile warriors who wield double-ended weapons. Are you ready to create a Sentinel? Choosing a battle class is a final decision. A new Sentinel is born. Now, bring your imagination to life.
Alright, so for RWBY, let's see, we're going to start with the head as we usually do, and I usually like to go up to the top of the page of the list. And the head that I'm going to be searching for her that kind of most resembled her hairstyle was called Bobbed and Beautiful. So I'm going to scan down here for just a second to find the Bobbed and Beautiful head.
Who summons me?
Alright, and there's the Bobbed and Beautiful head. And then next, we went with the eyes. And of course, eyes are going to be human.
Cool.
And then for ears, I didn't put ears on her in the character because as a female, her hair is covering them. So for this particular character, I did not use ears. Because see, if I'd even put on these kind of ears, they would have stuck out like that. And that just looks silly. How many girls they got ears that just stick out like that? So we're not using ears. And on the chest, I'm not sure, I'm going to go up again and start at the top. But I believe we use the witchy chest. I'm not sure if that's the full correct name, but that's roughly what it's called. And that's right here on the witchy chest.
Frickin' I like it.
And then as far as the arms go, it may even also have been the witchy arms. Let me see where we're at the top here. Go down until we find the witchy arms. That's not what I used, is it? No, that's queen arms.
Cool.
There we went. And then for legs, we used the ballerina legs. But of course, we'd all know that RWBY has a battle skirt. That is not a tutu. This is a battle skirt, just to be clear. So, guys, I do know a little bit. I've watched most of the episodes, or actually, I think I've seen every episode from all the years. So, I know a little bit about it. Don't know everything about RWBY, but I know quite a bit. I've watched a lot of the episodes, and I'm up all the way to the current episode. I think we're like at episode 7 or something like that of chapter 4 or season 4. Ruby does not have a tail, so we're not putting a tail on Ruby. And as far as her weapon goes, I mentioned we were going to need a double-ended scythe. And that is right here. It is currently locked, and we will need to level her up to level 6 in order to get that. So, I don't think I put any other gear on her, though. But what we will need to do is I'm going to go ahead and level her up really quick to at least level 6, and then we'll finish creating her. So let's go ahead and get her leveled up. Alright, so now we are leveled up to level 6, and we can finish creating Ruby Rose. And for the weapon, like I was saying just a few moments ago, we're going with this scythe. It looks a little different than hers, but it's the only scythe there is, and it happens to be double-ended in this particular game. So we're kind of restricted to that, but let's get into size now. Alright. So on height, I'm going to crank this up to here. Head, pull that down almost all the way. Upper body, leave it about midway. Muscles. Lower body, I want her a little taller. Muscles down 1. Don't want her chunky. She's a little girl. Upper body. Nope. I'm going to have to take her lower body down a notch or 2 there. That looks pretty reasonable. Alright. And then for color. It's going to be pretty easy with her coloring. Let's see. We went on the head with this kind of a blush color for the skin. And then I used really just kind of a little bit of a blush for her lips, and then dark brown for her hair. There. And then eyes. She actually has kind of like silver eyes. So I've got this color here, and then white background on those. Uh-oh, she almost looks derpy in that right there, but hopefully that'll fix itself in a little bit. And as far as the chest goes, we've got our blush color for the neck, and then down here we've got her outfit is mostly black and red. There, arms. Again, there's the skin color for her fingers. And then we want these red, this black, and that red. Finishing that off. And then legs. Got that black. Those are red. That's red, and this is black. There, color-wise. Now there's one other thing that I want to put on her. Forgot to do it a minute ago, and that is that she has the gear backpack. And we're going to, as she typically will have like a big cloak, like a hooded cloak. They don't have cloaks here in the game. They do have a couple capes. They're super short, and sometimes her cape has been, her cloak has been like battle torn. So we're going to use this torn up cape. Like that's the only thing left of her cloak. The rest of it's been ripped and torn to shreds. And that's just as good as we can do here for what they gave us in this particular game. But down here for the backpack, both of these colors are red, like that. And then that completes RWBY. There is our Ruby Rose right there. And so we can go to powers. Let's see what we got here. She's going to be kind of like a swipey type of person. And we don't have, you know, her ability for her scythe to turn into a gun and fire weapons. She doesn't have that here, but we do have like these bombs that she can throw out. That would be kind of cool. But this turret right here kind of would mimic her ability of doing some shooting. So let me see what we got here in the way of her secret technique. Create a suction. No. Clothesline's one of my favorites. So we'll go ahead and stick with that. And then personality. We're going to name her Ruby Rose.
Name's not important, so long as you don't call me a greenhorn.
And we absolutely have to do something about that voice, because that voice would just drive me absolutely crazy. So I think for voice,
Make way for the machines.
let me see here.
Make
No, for the voice I want to just do the female heroine, I believe.
Make way for the machines.
And with no style to it. But we got to pick a better catchphrase than that. So I don't mind the make way for, but let's see if there's anything.
Make way for life. Make way for doom.
Not too bad, I guess. I'm not super concerned with what her catchphrase is. And then music and effects, I'm just going to leave it without any. They have an amazing soundtrack, though, too. Typically, if you've never actually watched the show, RWBY, go ahead and head to YouTube and check it out. They've got all their previous shows archived. Typically, they air new episodes on their website, and then about a week later, they'll post it to YouTube and kind of go from there. So, if you're a paying sponsor, so to speak, or a backer, and you get like first choice to get to see a lot of that stuff that they post, and then they'll put it on YouTube afterwards. And so me and my daughter got to go to RTX this past year, and that was here in Austin, Texas. It's one of the places they do it. But it was a big Rooster Teeth convention with all the things that Rooster Teeth does. They do the blue versus red and all that kind of fun stuff. So anyway, we'll go down here to play and see what she looks like in the game.
Back in action.
But I think she looks really good. I'm not just saying that because I made her. I think she actually looks pretty good. I almost didn't make her because I didn't know how well she'd turn out, but she turned out okay. And of course she's got her scythe there. Let's see what she looks like in battle here.
Surprise attack.
Let's do this thing.
Ruby does a lot of jumping and flipping and stuff, and this clothesline looks like something that she would do. And of course she's beating the junk out of a bunch of bad guys. The Grimm are what the monsters that she fights. She's basically learning to become a huntress. There we go. I think I did it.
Huzzah for the Skylander! And ooh, those baddies had a chest full of gear you might be interested in.
backpack.
No, don't need the bat wings. That's right, Ruby. So let's see. If I jump, I can catch her in midair. I always like taking these in midair. I think it's pretty cool. So there's Ruby. And let's just get her once more on the ground. So what do you guys think? For those who are familiar with Ruby, did I somewhat capture the essence of her, at least for a video game character, and for a video game that wasn't designed to make it look like Ruby? So that's kind of the fun of the Skylanders Imaginators video game and my Re-maginator series, which is, again, just trying to reimagine existing characters and try to get them appearing in this game. It's kind of like guest stars and so forth, other people have called it. So pretty neat. I'm enjoying it. Let's see what else we want to do. I want to take her off the portal, and I'm going to put her back on so you can see her magic motor.
Make way for doom.
Boom. There we go. And last but not least, because, you know, I've actually forgotten to do this a few times, which I'm thinking most of you guys are thinking that's the most important part of these videos, and that is to chirp her out. So, really quick for those who don't know, this chirping right here, this noise that I'm going to make the video game create, if you have the Skylanders Creator app in your iPhone, iPad, or an Android device or something like that, you can actually download this character right here, the way I've designed it, into your Creator app and check her out a little closer. It's really, really cool. So if you don't already have it, go, you know, save this video, put to your watch list, later list or whatever, or come back to it and play it again later when you got the app if you don't already have it. But if you do, this Creator app chirp right here is for you. Alright, so hopefully that will work for you. If you were able to actually download her into your Creator app, I'd love you to leave me a comment below just saying, hey, I was able to download her, or I got her. And that's really cool. Now, one thing I am really eager, and I don't mind you guys doing, if you download her and you're able to tweak her in the app and make you think you've done a better job making her look different, like you changed a part, recolored something, and you've improved her, I love to get those comments. It doesn't hurt my feelings. You know, this is a fun game to play, and I've actually had a good time seeing other people's take on some of the characters that I've made into my other videos. And I get a lot of comments and saying, hey, I would have used this head, or you should have, you know, made this green, or that kind of thing. Let me know those notes. You know, I love the feedback, and who knows, maybe one of these days I'll go back and do a corrections video, so to speak, and go back and we'll fix some of the Re-maginators that I've made and make them a little bit more like what you guys think that they should look like. That would always be fun to do.
Attack.
So
I was hoping for a fight.
definitely, you know, give me some feedback on those. Also, continue to let me know other characters that you'd like to see me make. If there are other RWBY characters that you'd like me to make, please leave me comments below about those. If any of you have made any RWBY characters or any other Re-maginators, as I call them, in the Skylanders Imaginator game, also I love hearing about that stuff too. So I try at this point now, wasn't always able to, but at this point I try to spend at least an hour or so a day trying to just reply to comments. And I may not get to all of them, but I do reply to a lot of them, so I'd love to hear from you guys.
Huzzah for
Well, that was a really quick surprise attack. It was over before I realized it was started.
Gear you might be interested in.
Alright guys, well I think this is going to pretty much do it for this video. I've got all the elements of my normal Re-maginator videos out of the way. We've chirped her out. I've done the magic moment. We obviously finished the creation, given her all of her parts and colorization and all that fun stuff. Ooh, there's a lot of money over here though. Let's go get this money. Look at that. Yay, money. And other than that, this has been Ruby Rose. like I've said, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. If there is anything else you'd like to tell me, share it with me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and all that other fun stuff. And by all means, hit that that notifications icon that they've been talking about so much on all the YouTube channels. You subscribe once, but you got to subscribe now twice from apparently at this point. So that little bell symbol, hit it so you can be notified when I put up another video and all that kind of other fun stuff. Anyway, this is Brylander with PortalPowerTV signing off. Take care and God bless.